Welcome to Lesson 9. In this lesson, we're going to study the implementation considerations associated with service operation. These include understanding the following areas: managing change in service operation, project management in service operation, assessing and managing risk in service operation, and planning and implementing service operation technologies. The information that we cover in this lesson is related to Syllabus Section SO07. If you wish to carry out further self-study around this lesson in the Service Operation Core volume, you'll find the appropriate book references in the syllabus document. Within the Service Operation Core volume, it is noted that service operation is a life cycle phase, not an entity in its own right. So, to talk about implementing service operation is not entirely correct. However, we do need to consider some of the generic service operation implementation considerations that will apply within most organizations and could affect multiple service operation processes and functions. Let's start to look at these implementation considerations now. The first area that needs to be addressed is the management of change within service operation. We have already discussed the balance between stability and responsiveness in Lesson 3. Even though we may not be talking about large transitions, we still need to consider how we approach changes within the operational space. The main considerations will be identifying change triggers, assessing change, and measuring the success of change. What common operational changes do you see in your organization? How do you find out about change, and how do you manage it? Change triggers in the service operation phase of the life cycle could include, for example, response to legislative changes, components becoming obsolete, and new or upgraded hardware and software. Think about your operations environment. What other changes might you see? We also need to make sure operations staff are involved in change assessment. This will allow them to feed in any concerns and could even influence the timing and implementation plan for the change. Remember, operations staff need to be involved all the way through, from the early stages of the change all the way through to the scheduling point. Involving operations staff during the change will start the process of knowledge transfer and ensure operations are aware of any peak times when more staff may be required. Think about the impact of not involving operations staff in change assessment. How would this affect the organization? The last area to consider for operational changes is how to measure their success. The ITIL core volume suggests we measure the success of operational changes by their transparency to end users. Only enhancements should be visible, without any degradation or interruption to live service. Think about the time you upgraded some operational hardware or software. Was there any negative impact to end users?